Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TCFL Central. This is episode 11 of the 2025 PC Conference regular season schedule. And this just happens to be the final week of the regular season, week 12. First off, we'll head over to the head-to-head conference and we'll make up their last two games of the season over there. And that'll be Sheridan at Winnipeg and Nashville at Front Street. And you see, Nashville has a chance to go 10-0. So we'll see how that works out. Here's, a, here's some leaders for Nashville and Sheridan. There's some other leaders here. But as I said, these are just make-up games. These aren't the leaders in the head-to-head conference. So let's go ahead and play the two games out, and we'll finish up the head-to-head side and go over to the PC side and play week 12 over there. So the first game up is Sheridan at Winnipeg. Winnipeg's trying to win one of the games at least against Sheridan and Nashville this year. They've gone 0-3. They are favored and at home, so let's autoplay this and see what happens. Computer instant. And there you have it. The Blue Bombers did finally win one game out of the four games they made up in the head-to-head against Sheridan and Nashville. Winning it 24-20. We'll take a quick look at the stats there. Let's see. Winnipeg went up 21-24, which is 2 minutes left, and then also managed another field goal close to the end of the game to make it a 24-20 game. There's your statistic. Sheridan and Winnipeg almost had identical total offenses. Very close in rushing and passing. Penalties, Winnipeg had a few more. One turnover apiece. And here's our player stats. Stroud threw for 252 yards, one interception, one touchdown. Not too good of a rating of 67. Jones threw for 239 yards, one interception, and two touchdowns. Both quarterbacks got sacked twice. In the rushing side, Irving ran for 51 for Winnipeg. Leading rusher was Hubbard for Sheridan, only at 27. Seeming wise, not really major to look into. A couple 80-yard receivers, and Coop did catch 8 passes. Was a long gain there for Smith Donja at 46 yards. No fumbles in the game. And that looks like that's about it. Blackwell had the interception for Sheridan. Woodland had one for Winnipeg. So there's the play-by-play. We'll wrap up Winnipeg's last game of the year, knocking off Sheridan 24-20. That means Sheridan ended up the season 5-5. I'm not really sure what the record was. Let's see if we can find it here real quick. It looks like Winnipeg going into the game was actually 1-7-1. So with that win, they ended up 2-7-1 for the season. Okay, let's go ahead and see if Nashville can go undefeated against Front Street. Front Street is 3-6. It'll be their last game of the season too. So let's go ahead and we're gonna end up just playing this out in autoplay mainly because we have a good game over in the PC side, which is the main reason why we're doing games of the week. So we'll pick up that one as the game of the week. So let's autoplay Nashville. They're favored by 6. Can they sweep and go 10-0? Yes, they do knock off Front Street 20-13. That dropped Front Street to 3-7 for the season. There's your scoring. Looks like Nashville pretty much had to lead a whole game, but not a whole lot of scoring. Let's see what they did in the. Front Street had a bit more yards with 360 compared to Nashville didn't even get to 300. Both teams passed for a little over 200. Front Street did run for over 100 yards. Nashville didn't do too bad with 82. And there's your stats. Jackson threw 3 touchdowns. I had an interception, 95 rating. Golf had 2 interceptions. Probably the reason why Front Street didn't quite knock off Nashville. Had a 62 rating. Look at Williams had 102 yards rushing, 24 yards as long. Over on Nashville, it was Robinson with 43 yards. Receiving wise, had a 90-yarder. Harrison Jr., ex-Ohio State, for Nashville, and Myers at 81. Few 20s. Harrison had a 33-yarder. Harrison and Myers both had 1 touchdown. More interceptions. Bolton had 1 for Front Street. 2 over here. That's interesting. Branch must have picked up an interception. Fumbled interception or something. Joseph, no yards. And Franklin, 9. But Branch ended up with 42. Huh. That's a little odd. Okay, let's go through the play-by-play. And this will wrap up the makeup games for the head-to-head. So let's see, we have, go back to the regular thing. Here we go. So we have the Outlaws 10-0, the Surge 5-5, the Blue Bombers were 2-7-1 total, and the Fixed were 3-7. So Blue Bombers came in last with Outlaws, Surge, Fixed, and Blue Bombers. Okay, so that wraps up our makeup games on the head-to-head side. Let's swing over to the PC side. Whoops. We need to exit. We just need to select another link. Go down here and select the head-to-head. That's what we're showing. In the PC, here we go. We're on the 2025 PC side. Again, we have our 4 regular scheduled games in the final week of the season. We have Transylvania, Cleveland, Putnam County, Auburndale, Detroit, and Hazzard, and Greene at Woodland. Let's let's go ahead and get to the schedule. Go ahead and autoplay the Transylvania Cleveland game. The Putnam County Auburndale game will be the game of the week. Cleveland by 6, favored. And they knock off Transylvania 20-12. Cleveland finishes the season 5-5. Transylvania 2-8. Scoring, not a whole lot of scoring there. Looks like, yeah, Cleveland had to lead the whole game. There's the drive summary. Team net offense, 400 yards for Cleveland. Transylvania didn't quite get to 300. Rushing, Transylvania nearly hit 100. Cleveland threw for over 300. Hey, here's the player stats. Cousins threw for 200. No touchdowns, no interception. Burrow threw for 320. No interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Almost got 100 rating. See, rushing wise, with Mason led with 79 yards. He has as much as the Cleveland team did total. Davis led Cleveland with 44. No touchdowns for rushing wise. No touchdowns here for Transylvania at all. Looks like 4 field goals. 3 touchdowns. Receiving, Higgins went over 100 yards, 9 receptions, and 1 touchdown. Had a 49-yard long. Looks like Burrows recovered his own fumble. And that looks like that's about it. And there were no interceptions in the game. That's kind of odd. There's only 1 stack in the game. Okay, there's your play-by-play. We'll finish up with Transylvania Cleveland. Cleveland wins 20-12. Okay, next game up is Detroit and Hazzard County. Again, Putnam County, Auburndale is our game of the week. Hazzard County is favored by 7. Both teams are 4-5. So the winner will claim second place. Loser will have to wait to see what Greene does. Let's see who comes in third or fourth. Let's go ahead and autoplay it. And we got a Hazzard County win, getting them to 5-5 with a 23-12 win over Detroit. And kind of odd, these have all been low-scoring games. Usually, that's unusual. Hazzard County looks like had the lead the whole game. Close game though, all the way through. Seems like when Hazzard County did get started first with 13 points before Detroit at the end of the second quarter managed a touchdown. They even got a safety too in the third. That's pretty cool. And there's the drive summaries. Total offenses. Hazzard County only had 183 yards, but managed to win the game. This over 300 for Detroit. There's your look at Detroit's rushing, 178 yards. We'll have to go down there and see how that played out. Oh, Richardson threw 4 interceptions. He did pretty good. He threw 5, I think, last week. Let's see. Look at that rushing. Richardson even had 54, 63 by hers. The lead team. Barkley for Hazzard only had 36. Looks like Hazzard made out greatly with the turnovers. Let's see, receiving wise, not a whole lot. They're a 38 yarder, but total yards, both leaders only had 50 some. Couple fumbles. Oh, let's see, at 4. Anybody pick off 2? One, Hooker, Arnetto, Gardner, and Robinson. 4 different defenders had interceptions. Okay, let's run through the play-by-play. And finish up this game. Detroit goes to Hazzard County, loses 23-12. Hazzard County secures second place in the division. And Woodland, no matter what they do, will come in first place. Greene could tie Detroit for third. So let's go ahead over to Woodland, play the Greene at Woodland. Woodland favored by 9. And Woodland takes the win 33-13. So that means Woodland came in first place 7-3. Greene came in last place 3-7. Let's head over to the box score. Take a look through that. Wow, Woodland picked up 24 points, put 24 points on the board in the second. That just about iced it there. At the end of the half, it was 27-6. Not a whole lot of scoring in the second half. Let's see, total offense, Greene had 265 to Greene's 374. Both teams rushed pretty well. Greene nearly 100, Woodland just over 100. Passing one, Woodland had 282. Okay, let's go into stats. Mahomes had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, rating of 46 for Greene. Love did much better, threw for 282, 2 touchdowns, no interception, over 100 rating, 107.7. Rushing wise, Dobbins had 65 for Woodland, and Mahomes led Greene at 39. Receiving wise, not a whole lot. They there for Greene. And Neighbors with a 41-yarder, 8 receptions, broke 100. He actually had 148 and 1 touchdown. No fumbles in the game. There's your 2 interceptions, and both of them had pretty nice returns for Woodland. Okay, there's your play-by-play. And we'll wrap up this game at Woodland with Woodland 33, Greene 13. And that solidifies Woodland's first place at 7-3. Hazzard County second, 5-5. Detroit third, 4-6. Greene fourth, 3-7. The last up is our Putnam County at Auburndale, game of the week. Putnam County is 7-2, Auburndale 6-3. If Auburndale happens to win, they'll be tied, and the tiebreaker will have to go through, and our commissioner will have to figure that out. But I think Putnam County won the first game. So let's go back and take a look here. One of these games, week 3. I'm going to put Cleveland. Putnam County plays Cleveland, so must be week 1. Yeah, Auburndale lost to Putnam County 27-24 in week 1. Let's go back to week 12 and let's go ahead and play the Putnam County Auburndale game. Auburndale's favored by 5. Putnam County's got a 5-game winning streak coming in. Both computer and the regular doing okay. Set the rosters. There's your starting lineups for Putnam County and Auburndale. Okay, there's your offense and defense starting lineups for both Putnam County and Auburndale. Sam Tonnell, starting quarterback for Putnam County. Judson Herbert, starting quarterback for Auburndale. So let's head over to the stadium at Auburndale to get this game started. There's your coin toss. And there's the kickoff.
Welcome to Bright House Stadium. Putnam Co. against Auburndale. Sanders with the kick.
And there's the kickoff and the return.
The kick from Sanders is returned 17 yards by Washington. Murphy with the tackle.
Okay,
Shotgun.
Putnam County has the ball, and we'll turn it over to our play-by-play man. We'll be back after the game to go over the
Camera the ball carrier.
statistics and
Gain of
final
4.
standings.
Reddick on the tackle.
Enjoy the game.
Darnold completes the pass to Camera. Gain of 7. Overshown on the stop. First down. Darnold to Allen. Gain of 10. Johnson on the stop. First down. Darnold is intercepted by Bynum. Return of 2. Herbert on the carry. Gain of 1. Newbin on the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 41. Shotgun. Herbert changing the play. Herbert to Shakir. Gain of 10. Williams with the tackle. First down. Etienne on the sweep. Gain of 12. Warner on the tackle. First down. Herbert throws incomplete to Andrews. Martin on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Herbert to Dottle. Gain of 7. Warner on the tackle. 3rd and 3 from the 12. Herbert completes the pass to Andrews. Touchdown Auburndale. The kick by Sanders is good. Auburndale 7, Putnam Co 0. Sanders boots it. The kick from Sanders is returned 25 yards by Washington. Vaughn on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Hill is doubled at the line. Darnold calls out the signals. Darnold with a 11-yard run, overshown on the tackle, first down. Camera the ball carrier, no gain, Reddick on the tackle. Darnold completes the pass to Waddle, gain of 10, Stevens on the tackle, first down, doubling Hill at the line. Darnold calls out the signals. Swift on the carry, 12-yard gain, overshown on the tackle, first down. Darnold calls out the signals. Swift with a 3-yard run, Jarrett on the tackle. Putnam breaks the huddle. Camera on the pitch, 14-yard gain, Bynum on the tackle, first down. Camera the ball carrier, loss of 4, Jarrett with the tackle. Darnold at the line. Darnold completes the pass to Gesicki, gain of 12, Bynum on the tackle. 3rd and 2. Camera with a gain of 3 on the play, Saunders with the tackle, first down. Darnold throws incomplete to Waddle, Stevens on the coverage. Darnold to Allen, incomplete, Johnson on the coverage. 3rd and 10 from the 14. Darnold throws incomplete to Hill, Johnson on the coverage. 32-yard kick for Koo. Clean snap from Beebe. The snap from Beebe. Koo is good from 32, Auburndale 7, Putnam 3. The kick from Koo is downed by Herbert. Herbert completes the pass to Shakir, gain of 7, Williams on the tackle. Herbert passes to Williams, incomplete, Smith with the coverage. 3rd and 3 from the 32. Shotgun formation. Herbert completes the pass to Shakir, touchdown Auburndale. Sanders missed the extra point, Auburndale 13, Putnam 3. Here's the kick from Sanders. The kick from Sanders is returned 27 yards by Warren, Vaughn on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Darnold to Swift, incomplete, Tabe on the coverage. Swift the ball carrier, no gain, Tabe on the stop. 3rd and 10. Darnold completes the pass to Waddle, 9-yard gain, Stevens, Whiteman from punt formation. 53-yard punt by Whiteman, 10-yard return by Raymond. 1st and 10 from the 19. Dottle on the carry, loss of 4, Mathieu on the tackle. 2nd and 14. Shotgun formation. Herbert making changes at the line. Herbert completes the pass to Dottle, 9-yard gain, Martin with the tackle. 3rd and 5 from the 24. Herbert to Dottle, gain of 6, Neuven with the tackle, 1st down. End of the 1st quarter, Auburndale 13, Putnam Co 3. Herbert completes the pass to Dottle, gain of 22, Neuven with the tackle, 1st down. Herbert brings them to the line. Herbert passes to Williams, gain of 11, Warner with the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 37. Herbert completes the pass to Shakir, gain of 16, Williams on the tackle, 1st and 10 from the 21. Herbert on the carry, gain of 12, Warner on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and goal. Herbert calls the signals. Yard run by Williams, Jones on the tackle. 2nd and goal at the 5. Williams with the carry, touchdown Auburndale. The kick by Sanders is good, Auburndale 20, Putnam Co 3. Here's the kick from Sanders. Shotgun. Darnold completes the pass to Gesicki, 26-yard gain, Bynum on the stop, for Darnold at the line. Darnold completes the pass to Waddle, gain of 15, Johnson on the tackle, 1st down. Darnold calls out the signals. Darnold to Gesicki, gain of 12, Bynum with the tackle, 1st down. Putnam Co down by 17. Camera with the carry, gain of 21, Overshown on the tackle, 1st down. Stacked line. Darnold barks out the signals. Swift on the carry, touchdown Putnam Co. Who makes the extra point, Auburndale 20, Putnam Co 10. Who with the kick? The kick from Koo is returned 16 yards by Herbert, Warner with the tackle. Herbert calling signals. Herbert to Andrews, 11-yard gain, Martin on the tackle, first down. Auburndale by 10. Herbert completes the pass to Williams, gain of 6, Smith on the tackle. 2nd and 4 from the 32. 6:33 in the second. Herbert barks out the signals. Williams on the sweep, no gain, Warner with the tackle. 3rd and 4. Herbert in the shotgun. Doddle with the carry, no gain, Newbin on the tackle. Fox back to punt. A 59-yard punt by Fox, return of 6 by Washington, fumble recovered by Jones, Putnam co-ball, shotgun formation. Darnold on the carry, gain of 12, Bynum on the tackle, first down. Swift with a gain of 4 on the play, Vaughn on the tackle. 2nd and 6. 3:41 in the second. Darnold passes to Swift, incomplete, Tave on the coverage.
Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
Darnold completes the pass to Hill, 14-yard gain, Murphy on the tackle, first down. Darnold throws incomplete to Hill, Johnson on the coverage. Darnold with a hard count. Darnold completes the pass to Swift, gain of 4, Vaughn on the tackle. 3rd and 6 from the 36. Darnold passes to Washington, incomplete, Bynum on the coverage, 54-yard try for Koo. This one will be difficult. The snap from Beebe. Koo missed the 54-yard field goal. Herbert barks out the signals. Herbert to Williams, incomplete, Smith on the coverage. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Shotgun formation. Herbert passes to Williams, incomplete, Smith on the coverage. 3rd and 10. Doubling Shakir at the line. Herbert completes the pass to Williams, gain of 38, Newbin with the tackle, first down. 2-minute warning. Herbert calls out the signals. Herbert with the pass to Shakir, incomplete, Williams on the coverage. Herbert passes to Shakir, gain of 11, Williams on the stop, first down. First and goal. Doubling Andrews at the line. Herbert to Shakir, touchdown Auburndale. Sanders makes the extra point, Auburndale 27, Putnam Co 10. The kick from Sanders is downed by Washington. Darnold from the shotgun. Darnold calls the signals. Some movement up front. Possible free play for Darnold. Darnold passes to Waddle, incomplete, Johnson on the coverage.
Defense. Number 97, 5-yard penalty.
Putnam Co trailing by 17. First and 5. 1:40 in the second. Darnold calls out the signals. Darnold completes the pass to Washington, gain of 6, Bynum on the tackle, first down.
False start. Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Darnold calling an audible. Darnold completes the pass to Camara, gain of 13, overshown on the stop. Darnold to Washington, 2-yard gain, Bynum on the tackle, first down. Putnam Co trailing by 17. Darnold at the line. Darnold throws incomplete to Waddle. Putnam Co trailing by 17. Darnold throws incomplete to Swift. 3rd and 10 from the 46. Darnold with the pass to Hill, gain of 10, Murphy on the tackle, first down. Darnold throws incomplete to Hill, Murphy on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Four-yard gain by Darnold, Vaughn on the tackle. Putnam Co trailing by 17. 3rd and 6 from the 40. Darnold to Camara, gain of 6, overshown on the tackle. 52-yard attempt for Koo. Long attempt for him. Clean snap. BB with the snap. Koo is good from 52 yards, Auburndale 27, Putnam Co 13. The kick from Koo is downed by Herbert. End of the first half, Auburndale 27, Putnam Co 13, Koo to kick off.
Kicking team.
First and 10. Herbert barks out the signals. Putnam Co jumped. Williams on the carry, loss of 4, Warner with the tackle.
Defense. Number 95, 5-yard penalty.
First and 5 from the 45. Herbert with the pass to Williams, gain of 8, Smith on the tackle, first down. Auburndale ahead by 14. Herbert at the line. Williams on the carry, 4-yard gain, Rasee on the tackle. Herbert at the line. Herbert is sacked by Martin, loss of 6. 3rd and 12 at the 49. Shotgun formation. Herbert with the pass to Andrews, gain of 15, Martin on the tackle, first down.
Offense, number 15, 5-yard penalty.
3rd and 17. Herbert to Andrews, incomplete. Fox back in punt formation. Washington waiting inside his own 10. "54-yard punt by Fox, touchback. Darnold brings them to the line. Putnam go down by 14. First and 10 from the 20. Shotgun formation. Darnold completes the pass to Gesicki, gain of 27, Smith with the tackle,
Incomplete.
first down.
A timeout will be charged.
Darnold to Gesicki, incomplete, Bynum on the
Personal foul.
coverage.
Defense. Number 48, 15-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
Camera on the carry, loss of 1, Saunders on the tackle. Darnold to Hill, gain of 31, Murphy with the tackle, first down. Hill is doubled at the line. Five-yard gain by Darnold, Vaughn on the tackle. Hill is doubled at the line. Swift on the carry, touchdown Putnam Co. The kick by Koo is good, Auburndale 27, Putnam Co. Here's the kick from Koo. The kick from Koo is returned 10 yards by Herbert, Wagner on the tackle. Herbert at the line. Williams on the draw, gain of 3, fumble recovered by Newman, Putnam Co. ball. Putnam Co. down by 7. Darnold in the shotgun. Darnold calls out the signals. Camera the ball carrier, gain of 5, Saunders on the tackle. Swift on the carry, gain of 2, Vaughn on the tackle. 3rd and 3 from the 13. Darnold throws incomplete to Hill, Murphy on the coverage. 31-yard attempt for Koo. Whiteman to hold. Clean snap from Beebe. Beebe with the snap. Koo made the 31-yard field goal, Auburndale 27, here's the kick from Koo. The kick from Koo is returned 22 yards by Akers, Wagner on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 27. Williams with a 4-yard run, Dana on the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the 31. Herbert in the shotgun. Seven-yard run by Dottle, Neuvin on the tackle, 1st down. Herbert throws incomplete to Andrews, Martin on the coverage. 2nd and 10 from the 38. Herbert throws incomplete to Williams, Warner with the coverage.
Offense. Number 76, 10-yard penalty.
Herbert calling signals. Herbert completes the pass to Shakir, gain of 4, Martin on the tackle. 3rd and 16 from the 32. Herbert completes the pass to Andrews, no gain, Martin on, Fox back in punt formation. "60-yard punt by Fox, 9-yard return by Washington. 1st and 10 from the 17. Shotgun formation. Darnold at the line. Darnold completes the pass to Waddle, gain of 11, Johnson on the tackle, 1st down. Darnold to Hill, gain of 26, Murphy with the tackle, 1st down. Timeout, Putnam Co. Darnold passes to Gesicki, gain of 12, Bynum on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 34. Darnold making changes at the line. Darnold completes the pass to Gesicki, 8-yard gain, Bynum on the stop. Darnold passes to Warren, 6-yard gain, Vaughn on the tackle, 1st down. Darnold passes to Hill, incomplete, Murphy on the coverage. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Darnold to Warren, gain of 9, Vaughn on the tackle. Putnam Co trailing by 4. 3rd and 1 from the 11. 0:38 in the 3rd. 6-yard run by Swift, Jarrett on the tackle, first down. End of the third quarter, Auburndale 27, Putnam Co 23. Putnam Co trailing by 4. Three-yard gain by Warren, Boza on the tackle. Second and goal. Follow on the carry, loss of 1, Smith with the tackle. Third and goal from the 3. Current drive, 10 plays, 80 yards. They've used 5:15 on the clock. Darnold throws incomplete to Hill, Johnson on the
Offsides,
coverage.
Defense. Number 58.
Third and goal from the 1. Auburndale stacked the line. Current drive, 11 plays, 82 yards. 5:20 off the clock. Warren on the carry, no gain, overshown on the tackle.
Field is confirmed. The runner was stopped short of the end zone. A timeout will be charged.
19-yard try for Koo. Whiteman to hold. Easy kick here. Good snap. The snap from Beebe. Koo made the 19-yard field goal, Auburndale 27, here's the kick from Koo. The kick from Koo is returned 9 yards by Herbert, hits on the stop. First and 10 from the 9. Dottle on the carry, loss of 1, equal on the tackle. Second and 11 from the 8. Herbert passes to Shakir, gain of 14, Williams on the tackle, first down. Four-yard run by Dottle, Oa on the tackle. Second and 6 from the 26. I formation. Herbert is sacked by Dana, loss of 3. Third and 9 from the 23. Herbert in the shotgun. Herbert calling signals. Herbert to Andrews, gain of 3, Smith on the tackle. Fox back in punt formation. "52-yard punt by Fox, return of 8 by Washington. Putnam Co trailing by 1. Shotgun. Darnold calling signals. Darnold to Warren, 2-yard gain, Vaughn on the tackle. Darnold calls the signals. Darnold to Warren, incomplete, Vaughn on the coverage. Putnam Co trailing by 1. Third and 8 from the 32. Darnold calls out the signals. Darnold to Gesicki, gain of 9, Bynum on the tackle, first down. First and 10 from the 41. Pistol formation. Darnold passes to Waddle, incomplete. Darnold barks out the signals. Darnold passes to Waddle, incomplete. 3rd and 10 from the 41. Three-yard gain by Warren, Jarrett on the tackle. Whiteman will punt. "43-yard punt by Whiteman, return of 25 by Raymond. Williams lost 4 on the play, Mathieu with the tackle. Herbert working very slowly. Shotgun formation. Herbert to Andrews, gain of 15, Martin on the tackle, first down.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 51, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
From the I. Dottle on the carry, gain of 4, Newbin on the tackle. Slow down. Herbert calls the signals. Putnam co-jumped. Williams on the pitch, gain of 6, Jones on the tackle,
Defense.
first down.
Number 93, 5-yard penalty.
I formation. Herbert passes to Williams, gain of 5, Martin on the tackle. From the I. Herbert slow to the line. Herbert at the line. Williams with a gain of 4 on the play, Warner with the tackle. Auburndale by 1. 3rd and 1 from the 27. They're in a slow down. Herbert calling signals. Dottle with the carry, no gain, Jones on the tackle. 45-yard attempt for Sanders. Clean snap from Jackson. The snap from Jackson. Sanders is good from 45, Auburndale 30, Putnam. Here's the kick from Sanders. The kick from Sanders is returned 17 yards by Washington, Murphy on the tackle. Darnold in the shotgun. Darnold with the pass to Washington, gain of 12, Stevens with the tackle, first down. Darnold passes to Swift, gain of 35, Vaughn on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36. Darnold calls out the signals. Darnold passes to Hill, gain of 12, Johnson with the tackle, first down, Darnold at the line. Darnold throws incomplete to Waddle, Johnson on the
Holding
coverage,
offense.
2-minute warning.
Number 58, 10-yard penalty.
Putnam Co down 4. Warren on the carry, gain of 7, Bynum on the tackle.
False start. Offense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
2nd and 18 from the 32. One-yard run by Darnold, Bynum on the stop. 3rd and 17. Putnam Co in a hurry up. Darnold calling signals. Darnold throws incomplete to Waddle, Johnson with the coverage. 4th and 17 from the 31. Darnold completes the pass to Hill, gain of 5, Johnson with the tackle. Williams on the carry, gain of 3, Warner on the tackle. From the I. Herbert taking his time. Herbert calls the signals. Williams the ball carrier, no gain, Oe with the tackle. Auburndale 30, Putnam Co 26.
Well, that's it from Auburndale. They knock off Putnam County 30-26. Here's the stats. And you can see it was a pretty close game, the whole game. Auburndale was up 27-10. Putnam County came back with a field goal, and then Putnam County 1, 2, 3, 4 scores in a row to get within 1. Auburndale kicked a field goal a little over 2 minutes left. Give it a 4-point game, and Putnam County got close, but turned it over on downs as they needed a touchdown for the win. There's your total offense. And look, Putnam County did extremely well, 479. Even threw for 361. Even ran for 100 plus yards. Auburndale nearly 300 passing and 60 some rushing. They got stacked twice. Both teams had the same number of penalties, turnovers, fumbles. Let's see what we have here. See, Vanell passed for 361 yards, 1 reception, no touchdowns. That's interesting. The only touchdowns in the game for Putnam County was scored by Swift rushing. 2. Over on the Auburndale side, Herbert threw for no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, had a huge rating of 141. Looking at the rushing, Williams only had 29. Not much of a rushing game for Auburndale. Karama had a leading 43 for Putnam County, but he didn't break 100 yards rushing. Receiving wise, Yaseko had 7 receptions for 106 yards. Flip had a 35-yard reception. No touchdowns. Receiving wise, Sharkey had 2 for Auburndale, had 8 catches, 137 yards. And Andrews had 1 touchdown catch themselves. Looks like Williams lost a fumble for Auburndale, and Putnam County had won themselves, but they recovered theirs, and they recovered Auburndale's fumble. Nothing else to report there. The one interception was by Brian. And then you have your final play-by-play. So that's going to wrap it up from Auburndale. Auburndale comes up with a crucial win, knocking off Putnam County at home, 30-26. Okay, there's your final standing. Auburndale and Putnam County are tied for first at 7-3. They both won a game, so they split head-to-head. We'll have to go to the commissioner and look through the tiebreaker system and see who wins that division. The Dogs won the Central Division with a 7-3. Cougars with 5-3. Sliders 4-6. Giants 3-7. Back up on the East, the Gladiators were third at 5-5, and Vampires ended up 2-8. There was your leaders at the end of the season. Dobbs led the league in rushing with 589, and Burrow led the league in passing with Herbert right behind him. Burrow at 96.3 and Herbert 92.3. Receiving powers of Cleveland led the league with 79 catches. Lamb second. Non-scoring power scored 11 touchdowns for Cleveland. Auburndale's kicker scored 112 points. Receiving yards, Powell went over 1,000 yards for Cleveland. Way ahead of the number 2 neighbors. Sacks, not much there. We have 4 interceptions. Murray went hog wild, averaged 1 a game. He had 10 tackles. See the leader there, Greene with Jones. Offense, Woodland came in first. Auburndale second. Defense, I'm not sure why the numbers aren't there. Maybe if I cycle it, it'll pick it up. Same thing here. Auburndale with power 1, Woodland 2. So, I think that's going to be it from TCFL Central. Was the final regular season game. The next will be the playoffs. We may broadcast the playoff game only if it needs to be run on the PC. Same thing with the head-to-head side. If there's no game needs to be run on the PC, then this will be our last broadcast of the year. Hope you enjoyed the season. And again, the Hobos and Dreadnoughts tie for first in the East. Central with the Dogs winning that at 7-3. Well, this is Gary signing off. Hope you enjoyed the week, the game of the week, and the season. Have a nice evening, and also a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the evening.